Hello once again everyone, Original Blood Ice back again, doing my first review video for E3 2014. Microsoft's E3 just finished up about 10 minutes ago, from the time I'm recording this, that is. So, let's get right into it. I'm pretty damn tired, don't even think I got 4 hours of sleep last night. So, let's just get into this, shall we? And the first thing is, didn't have a whole bunch of issues with the stream. I watched it on the Xbox 360, although it did lose the connection twice, but at the same time, what was really weird was when I reconnected after the first disconnect, the entire time I had closed captions on, or subtitles or whatever you want to fucking call it, and I couldn't figure out how the hell you turn it off. So that was literally the entire E3. Even during trailers, it was describing to me everything that was going on. I'm like, how the fuck do you turn this thing off? But anyway, so Phil Spencer comes out, he says that the entire E3 for Microsoft will be all about games. They're only going to show off games and talk about it. I was like, really? That sounds actually like a good idea. So they start off with COD Advanced Warfare, which is kind of funny because I was talking with a friend while we were watching it, and I was like, oh, it'd be funny if they start off with COD Advanced Warfare, and then they did, so called it. But, you know, I was bored. Don't care. It's COD. Move along. Forza Horizon 2 was up next. I don't care for Forza. I never have, never will. Comes out September 30th, whatever. Really, boring. Snooze fest. Up next was Evolve, which for the longest time I thought was a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but I guess not. Coming this fall, it looked alright, I guess. Assassin's Creed Unity was up next with 4-player co-op, which is interesting. I mean, I can give Ubisoft credit on that. They finally did something actually significantly different, having 4-player co-op on an Assassin's Creed game. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it because, you know, as I said, fuck Ubisoft, especially after that Watch Dogs crap. Didn't show off Assassin's Creed Comet. Up next was Dragon Age Inquisition, which I've heard about, but I've totally forgot about it, so when I was watching this, I could not for the life of me figure out what this game was. And I was so convinced that it was Dragon's Dogma 2. And then it showed the title, and I was like, oh, my bad, I forgot about this game. It looks, you know, it looks alright. I would have been more hyped if it was Dragon's Dogma 2, but just saying. Then they showed Sunset Overdrive, which to me, I'll give them credit that it looks different. It doesn't look like a game you'd see on the Xbox, but at the same time, it's kind of like there's something about it that's just kind of off-putting. I don't know what it is exactly. Maybe it's because almost all the, you know, the generic low-class alien mutants or whatever all look like half-naked humans or whatever. I don't know. After that was Dead Rising 3, some weird DLC stuff from Capcom or whatever. Don't care at all. Then this was pretty much the only one pointless thing, the entire thing, which was Dance Central Spotlight, which is like a download-only game. I've never cared for Dance Central or Dance Dance Revolution or Guitar Hero or any of those music games. So this was kind of pointless, didn't care, boring, useless, whatever. Fable Legends is up next, which one of my friends was telling me, wasn't there a Kinect Fable game called Legends, but I don't know. Again, I'm not a fan of Fable. I know a lot of people like it, but it's not my kind of thing. And they said, oh, you can be the bad guy, and you can spawn bad guys in a mode where you're, you know, like an overlord above everyone, and you can choose where to spawn them. I was like, oh, so like in Zombie U. But, yeah, Fable Legends, it was alright. Then they showed off Project Spark, which is like you could kind of make your own. There's really no limit to making your own games with it. It's kind of neat, but we saw it last year. It wasn't anything new. And then they had Conker at the end of it from Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was a surprise. I was like, oh, a new Conker game. But Conker uses a chainsaw and cuts open the logo of Project Spark. And then he's just like, it's been too long since one of my games. Guess we'll have to make one in Project Spark. So I guess he's saying, you know, basically, if you want a new Conker game, you make it in Project Spark. Then they showed off a game called Ori and the Blind Forest. Not much to say. Was a pretty quick I can't say it. Glimpse at it. It looks interesting. I think it was an indie game, but it looks interesting. I'm not going to bash it, but I'm not going to say it looks great, but interesting is just the perfect word for it. Then they moved on to Halo, which I was so confused because I was like, is this Halo 5 they're showing? And my friend was like, oh, this is Halo 2. But then it showed that new Spartan guy who's, I'm guessing, hunting Master Chief or following him or whatever. So I was like, how can this be Halo 2 if he wasn't around back then? And I was thinking maybe he's been following Master Chief's journey, and then lo and behold, they reveal the Master Chief Collection, which we all kind of knew about. It was kind of revealed and leaked, coming out November 11th, 2014. And they're talking about how it's going to be Halo 1, 2, with all of the Halo 2 multiplayer, Halo 3, and Halo 4 all on one disc, with over 100 multiplayer maps, because it has all of the multiplayer maps on dedicated servers. They claim it's going to be 1080p, 60 frames per second. We'll see about that. 4,000 gamer score, and you can play all those Halo games on one disc, as well as, if you get the Master Chief Collection, it gives you access to the Halo 5 beta, which I didn't expect them to do because they didn't do a Halo 4 beta saying, oh, it takes time away from us from development. So I guess they're doing one this time. Again, dedicated servers on the beta at 60 frames per second. They didn't say that'll be at 1080p, but it's a beta, whatever. They really didn't show that much Halo 5, though, to be honest. Like, there's that little blip where they showed that other Spartan, but there was no CGI trailer. There was no Master Chief walking in the desert like last year. Like, there was almost nothing of Halo 5, which is kind of a Debbie Downer, but it is what it is. And they were talking about how, like, oh, we want everyone to be able to play all the Halo games on one console. I'm like, everyone already has every Halo on Halo 3 or on Xbox 360 except for Halo 2, which some people claim that you can play Halo 2 on the 360. I don't know how that works or whatever, but the point is, a lot of people who like Halo have all the Halo games on the 360 already. So if you just made the Xbox One backwards compatible, there was no point. But Halo 2 gets the Halo 1 anniversary, remake over it, where you can flip between the classic look and the new school look or whatever. So that's kind of cool, I guess. What else? This was the only real shocker for me. Was actually, no, before we get to that, an indie game called Inside. Interesting again, but not much to talk about. It was kind of a strange looking thing. Then a guy came out and they did pointless talking for a while about self-publishing your own games, ID on Xbox it was called or whatever, where you get like free dev kits and stuff. Neat, but didn't really need to be shown off at E3. This was the one game that did kind of catch me off guard. I didn't expect it. Rise of the Tomb Raider. By the sound of that, it sounds like it's a prequel, but didn't see that coming. And it's coming holiday 2015, so still a long ways away. It's about the same time as Master Chief as Halo 5. Then after that was The Witcher 3. A lot of people making a big deal about it. To me, it's all right. It's it's not crap, and it's not. I don't think it's that amazing. The world is huge, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of sick of open world games, to be honest. Who knows? We had GTA 5, we had Watch Dogs, we had Sunset Overdrive and The Divisions and all these open world games, and it's just like, oh, it's too much. Then after that, they talked about a game from the original Xbox being revived, and it was called Phantom Dust, this new game. Never heard of it. I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what this is. I barely played any Xbox like the original one. A little bit of the original Halo, and that was it. Literally. So I can't say much on it because I've never heard of it. Don't really know what it looked like. It was a fighter game, but I don't even know. Up next was The Division from Ubisoft. Another open world Ubisoft game. Big shocker. Looks good, I guess, but to me it looks the same as Watch Dogs graphically. So, whatever. This was another big shocker. I was not expecting this. Platinum Games was there. Hideki Kamiya from Platinum Games. I was like, what? And he was talking about how an Xbox One exclusive Platinum Games game. And I was like, wait, what? They're with Nintendo. Why are they doing a Microsoft game too? I mean, I'm not saying they're owned by Nintendo, but So the game is called Scale Down, or Scale Bound, my mistake, and it's hard to explain. It's like a one-player Monster Hunter, but not more of an adventure with magic, and like you have a weapon that turns you into, and he wears like headphones when he's fighting giant creatures, and then he transforms into like a dragon rider. It's hard to explain, but I mean, it was a surprise factor. I can give them credit on that. And then the last thing they showed off was Crackdown. Didn't know what it was for the longest time until they showed Crackdown at the end in the name or whatever, and I was like, oh, I've never played the Crackdown games. Never interested me. So, I have no interest, so not much to say. Sorry about that, but it's just the way it is. Yes, that's about gonna do it. There was no Gears of War, which kind of surprised me and my friend, because apparently that Major Nielsen guy, which I don't even know why they call him that, was he in the military or something? Apparently he had said that there was gonna be a teaser or something, but there wasn't. So either that was a lie, or they decided to pull it from the show. There was no Star Wars Battlefront, which is a surprise. There was no EA at all, basically, actually, now that I think about it, which is weird because they have that partnership with Microsoft. So there was no like FIFA 2015 or any of that crap, which is kind of weird. Maybe Sony will show it off, but if that's the case, I'm going to be bored for most of Sony's conference later tonight. No Battlefield Hardline, surprisingly. Maybe that'll be at Sony's, who knows. No Batman Arkham Knight, that could be at Sony's as well. So overall, I give Microsoft's press conference a 5 out of 10. It was watchable, it's passable, it wasn't crap, but it wasn't really interesting to me. I give them credit for focusing on games, like I said, instead of all this like media crap and apps and TV and all that crap. But that being said, 99% of what they showed didn't interest me at all. The only thing really was kind of that Halo Master Chief Collection, even though only really for Halo 2 because I've never played it. And then the Halo 5 thing. I mean, the Tomb Raider thing looked interesting. Scalebound, it's a Platinum Games game, so it's probably going to be pretty good. But that's about it, really. Yep, I guess that'll do it for my Microsoft E3 2014 review. I'm Original Blood Ace, as always. Stay tuned, more videos coming soon. Sony's E3 is up tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is, I think, 7 p.m. my time. So I will be doing a review of that as well. Probably will be uploaded tonight, so stay tuned for that. See you later.
I'm the cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality.